Hello. When I was 23 years old, I was working as a cashier at a gas station and I was selling cigarettes. And about a month later, a boss said to me, Daniel, are you carding? And I said, what's that? Are you checking for ID? I said, no. Then he told me to start checking for ID. But he left it at that. And I still didn't know what he meant by checking for ID. So I kept asking people, may I see your ID, please? And they would show me the ID. I would look at the picture, I would look at them, and I give it back to them. You see, you know what's wrong with that?
You're not checking anything else. You're just checking the picture.
Well, yeah, I'm just checking a picture. But what's happening, son, is that I think you have to be 21 years old to buy cigarettes. Maybe you have to be 18.
Exactly. You're not checking for anything else.
And back then, the IDs, they were just like, in Florida, you just had to look at the picture, and then they have the birth date. All right, but I mean, it says, like, mine would say 1972, but their birthdays, they would say 1980, 1985, 1979, 1978, and that meant I had to do math to figure out if they were 21 years old and older, or 18 years old and older, or not. Now, to this day, I'm 40, and I still don't know if an 18-year-old can legally buy cigarettes in Florida, or if they have to be 21 years old. But what happens is, when I was little, when I was about 8 years old, I had to go buy, the mother would tell me to go buy her cigarettes. And they didn't ask for ID back then. If they wanted beer, they probably would have given me beer if I had the money to pay for it. All right? There may have been a law about beer, but about cigarettes, it was like, you just went next door, or 3 houses over, there was a store. It was the days before Walmart, you know? Now you got to drive 15 minutes to get to the Walmart. But back then, you could just walk to the end of the block and buy cigarettes for your mother and bring them back. So in that mind frame, I didn't know that I was doing anything illegal. So I recommend that if you're 18 years old and you're working as a cashier, get out of it. All right, unless you're one of those people that knows your numbers, and I didn't. I mean, I know math. You give me something, write it down. Give me a calculator if it's a complicated one. But if I got a line of customers, give me something simple, like, oh, you want to buy that plus gas? Oh man, you're complicating things, man. This is a gas station. Just give me the 20 bucks and tell me what pump number, and that's all I'll do. All right? But you want me to turn around and start looking, because I don't smoke. All right? So there were so many cigarettes up behind me, and you know, they would say, it's the one to the left, to the left, to the right, up higher. Because I didn't know any brands, you know. I can only imagine the way my customers must have seen me. Now, I finally understand what one of my friends that was 60 said to my mother about me. Daniel is a blue.
What's that?
He gave me a book to read about a guy named Blue, nicknamed, but it really means that Daniel doesn't know anything. I mean, it means you don't know. I mean, I didn't know I had, you know, Daniel, are you carding? Hey, guys, if you're a cashier, or girls, if you're a cashier, I think you could go to jail if you're selling cigarettes to minors.
Who's minors?
Minors are people that are not 21 years old.
And mine.
And probably 18 or
And mine.
Or younger.
And mine.
It's a tricky situation.
And mine.
All right. So what happens is, you get these jobs and you don't get job training, I think at Walmart, you're only allowed to buy cigarettes from one particular cashier, number 18 or something like that. Because I worked 3 days at Walmart once upon a time. So they won't hire me back because I quit on them because it was at another city. It wasn't the one that's right here. And I'm like, what am I doing all the way over here when I live on this one? And I didn't ask for a transfer. But when they told me that I had to do this and do that at night, stay off the video, will you?
Right.
Thanks. I had to pack some shelves and things like that. All right, I have to turn the video this way now. I had to pack some shelves, and I had to be there at 10 o'clock at night.
That's your bag.
And I had to be there. Oh my goodness, you're really doing something here. I had to be there at 10 o'clock. I had to be there at 10 o'clock at night, and they told me I had a break, like, or maybe I had to be there at 9. But anyway, I had a break around 12, which they would not pay me for, but I had to punch out. Maybe it was at 1 o'clock in the morning. I had a 1 hour break. And I'm like, it's supposed to be an 8-hour job, and I got to be here for 9 hours instead of 8? I didn't like that. And then I got to be risking my life at night, because you know that people break into things at night. And then I got to leave my family at home by themselves at night just to be working here for what? I think it was $8 an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 9. I don't remember. I don't remember how much.
$9?
So
$81.
$81 a day. Yeah, but then the taxes come, and then like you don't make enough to buy a car, and they're taking taxes from you. You know, you don't make enough money to pay for a house, and that's controlled by the kings or by the. You say it's controlled by the mortgages and the banks, but who controls the mortgages and the banks? It's the government. So you say, Daniel.
Go next room now.
No, not yet. Let me finish the video, man. Daniel, if you don't like living in the United States, then why don't you go to Singapore, a dictatorship where everybody gets a what? What?
Math.
Oh, Singapore math. Yeah, but they're famous also for having.
Money.
They're the 4 tigers of the Asian countries: Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong.
Tigers.
They have money.
Oh wow.
And South Korea.
Oh.
What happens over there, though, son? If you're into drugs, they extinguish you.
That's okay. I'm not into drugs.
So there are no homeless people over there. And then, if I'm complaining about the taxes here, they take away 25% of your taxes in Singapore. But everybody's guaranteed a job, you know, or something like that. Everybody has to work, and then when you're 55, you get the money back that you put in. You know, that 25%. That from every 100, $25 goes to the king. Now you got it?
Mm-hmm.
From every 100 that you get, let's say you make $200 a week, that's $50 every week you give to the king. And that money, he gives it back to you if you're alive when you're 55 years old. And meanwhile, he's using it to build buildings and roads and schools and things like that. And they're the top. Well, I have a way of saying it. They're top dogs, but I don't mean anything bad about
Chinese?
it.
The Chinese people?
The Chinese people, I don't know what's going on with China. I know that everything is made in China, right?
Made in China. Made in China.
Well, what's happening over there, to me, Singapore are Chinese, but actually the population is very mixed. You know, probably Indians, Caucasians, or I don't know. So in China, they have so many people and they have so many factories that they make a lot of things, and they ship it to the United States. But now the United States, as one person put it, the United States has a cold. The United States is sick, so the United States is not buying anything from China. So now what is China going to do with all of that stuff? Sell it somewhere else? I mean, there are no jobs in the United States if you don't have money skills like mechanic, carpentry, and things like that. At least in Florida, there are no jobs. I heard about Detroit. Yeah, what's
the no job job.
No job? What is the job of the no job job?
It's a no job, but it's a job.
Yeah. So be better than I am. Talk to you later. Stop complaining. Go to school. Get a money skill. There's one over there, but it's like, I don't know how many miles. I think I counted it. 13 miles by car. Now, that's a long distance for me.
13 around the park.
Yeah, that's 13 times around the park. But for me, that's a long distance to go on a bicycle. And then my dad died by getting hit by a drunk driver. So I tend to avoid the bicycle except at the park. Now, I could move to another country if I had the money to get there. There's a country somewhere in Europe that has...
400 something dollars.
Yeah, I have that money, but what do I use it for? And I don't have it on me.
You don't have it.
I have 120 on me, and the rest of it...
Mom owes you something.
Yeah, 200.
Your
And
boss
that's-
owes you something.
Yeah, he owes me some. So, like... Anyway, there's a country in Europe where they rent out bicycles, and you can ride your... It's like they rent out cars here. You could ride a bicycle and go to work, I guess. But I don't speak their language. But everybody in Europe, if they're 30 and under, they speak English. That's what they told me when I was 15, 16, or 17. All right, be better than I am. Talk to you later. Bye.